Hey, what's going on, guys? Reseller Tom here. Today we're going to be talking about eBay and what to do when things are going slow. So I'm going to be talking about basically like my strategy when it comes to when times are really slow, what I like to do, and just a general rule of thumb of how to go about slow sales. So right now I'm doing about 5,000 or so gross per month on eBay, basically just selling used clothes that I pick up for less than like $2, around like $1.50 per item. If it's like hats or things like that, usually like 50 cents. And I'm in WeWork right now. They offer a free coffee. I wish they were a sponsor, but they're not. But yeah, just want to have a relaxed little video here. Basically share like what I like to do on a daily basis, and then what I do during slow sales. So I tried many different things. If you've seen my last videos, pretty much same philosophy on most of that stuff, but I do have some key changes that I have made. Most of it, like the listing part and all that, is obviously what I still preach, but there are some things that I want to discuss that through time I've noticed, and I do want to go back on some of the things that I said. So before I get more into that, I do want to start with like structuring my eBay business, right? So I like to get first class items, just because I'm not like a super pro when it comes to like more expensive items, and I obviously don't like selling designer items or super high end items like that, because you can get a Vero. I have actually gotten, I think, one Vero now, on an item that I just shouldn't have listed in the first place. It was like the OVO by Drake, and it looks real to me, but apparently it's not, which is, it's whatever. It's my first one. It was just a warning. But so I don't like having super high-end items, but if it's like mall brand, higher end mall brand stuff, I'll definitely sell that stuff. And that's usually, so my business model right now has been primarily first class items, because I really only go to the bins, and I do a lot of Nike, Adidas. So I like to have like half of my business right now is just bread and butter items. Actually probably more than half, probably like I would say like 70% of the things in my store right now are things that you could easily find at the bins. Even if it's fully picked over, you could still find that stuff. They're very lightweight, so most of my items going out are first class, and so that obviously increases the net and overall profit. I don't really like to do priority items such as jeans and things like that at the bins, because like, first of all, it's probably going to be around $6 because I'm in LA, so it's like $3 a pound. So if I get something that's like 2 pounds, it's going to be $6. And like with all of eBay fees and promotion, it's really got to be like a high-end item. So like a really nice jacket, or like a really good pair of like jeans that I know can go for 30 plus. So if it's on the priority side, I really want to go with items that I can price at like 25 or above. That way I can get the profit to like $10 or $15 profit per item if it's priority. So I'm gonna have to price that at around like 25 plus. And so those items will be like, like for instance, House of CB dress. Those have been selling for like 100 for me. Like a really good Levi's jean jacket, those can sell high. Like Hugo Boss hoodies, things like that. If I find things like that at the bins, I'll definitely list them. And so I like to have 30% of the business higher end things that I can price higher, like 25 or above. And I like doing that because, I'll keep things like, a lot of my first class items are like starting off at like $12. I have basically like 3 tiers when it comes to my first class items. It's like as low as it'll go for me right now. It's like $12. If it's super old, then I'll price it down like $8. But if it's like a first class item, like shorts that are like super bread and butter, you can find every time, I'll price them around like 12. And I'll have like either $4.99 shipping or $5.80 shipping, $5.80 shipping. I'll have like a $14 tier for like, you know, maybe Ralph Lauren polos, Quicksilver polos, you know, just that type of like, just like bread and butter, but like it's more on the higher end. So like a nice Calvin Klein polo, or I like to, you know, like things that are in that level, I like to place at like $14 or even $18 sometimes if it's like a really rare polo Ralph Lauren, or if it's like a Hugo Boss shirt. A lot of my button-ups are at around, you know, like 12 to 14. And then if it's like $18, it'll be like, you know, I like to put like, you know, sweatpants at that level, like really good really good condition Calvin Klein sweatpants, like any type of, you know, Nike sweatpants, things like that, Adidas, etc. If I find some good shoes, I'll price around there, or $25. And then I'll obviously have like my $25 option, which is more of like jeans and just higher end items. But then I'll obviously have like the super high end items. Every now and again, I'll get those bigger sales, which really helps a lot. But I like to have the majority of my business very bread and butter first class items that kind of go like 10, 15 sales a day. So I like to have, you know, basically like 3 different stores. So like one option's like super low end, you know, it's like still high quality stuff. It's like Nike, Adidas, like shorts, shirts, like a lot of tees, tank tops. I'll have those placed at the $12 to $18 range. A lot of it right now is in the $12 to $14 range. I see that those things kind of just go by really fast. I make sure that my title is really good, as best as it can be. So if it's like, for instance, if it's like Adidas, if it's an Adidas shirt, it'll be like Adidas shirt, men's, medium, short sleeve, graphic tee, casual, crew neck, something like that. I'll have the title, I'll put in all the item specifics that apply to that. I'll just right off the bat put it at like $15 or whatever, 14, like $12 to $14. I have a 35% coupon on my store, so it brings that down to like $9 plus the $5.80 shipping. I'm getting probably like $6 or $7 profit, but if you do the volume on these bread and butter items, they do add up. So I like to have that as one part of my business model, where it's first class items. I can make like $1 on shipping, and I'm doing like volume, right? So like I said, I have like 3 different stores. I have a store that's very consistent every day. It's gaining me around like $100 to $150 in sales just off of that one section of my store. And so I kind of recommend doing that as well. Like if you can find light things like light shirts, light shorts, and my listing goal is like around 15 to 20 per day. But obviously, like, they have no holes, they're in really good condition. I don't really care if they sit. Storage really isn't a huge issue for me, so I'm not really worried about them sitting for me. So like I said, one part of my store will be like volume based, where I just want to get the volume out as light as they can be, first class items, you know, $7 to $10 profit on the first class stuff. I've been picking up a lot more hats that cost me like 50 cents at the bin. So I find a lot of new era stuff, like sports stuff, that I like getting hats wise. They've been selling really good. Those are some really good, very good profit, because it's just 50 cents. I can turn it into like $10 profit. So with the hats, I price them around $18 to like $14 with $4.99 shipping. And the sell-through rate on my hats are doing really good. A lot of sports stuff has been selling, and even like, for instance, like Yosemite Park, or just like different things that can produce like nostalgia, or like travel things, like for instance Malibu, things like that. Life is Good stuff, like I'll put those products up. Obviously Polo Ralph Lauren is like one of the best hats you can get. They go by really, really fast. So with my hats, like I have 3 different pricing: 14, 18, and like 25. I put the Polo Ralph Lauren for like 25 or 28, and it's sold in like 2 days. With the hats, it's just structure the title right. You'll put like the, if it's like LA Dodgers, you would put like LA Dodgers hat cap. If you want to make sure you know the name, like strapback, snapback, or fitted, and then you put like color, and then you would put like anything that describes the hat, like the color of it, etc. So that's like one part of my business is the hats, right? That's the kind of like middle of the road. Those sell really good. So I'm getting like the very low end bread and butter stuff that sells really, really fast, volume based. Middle of the road where I'll get like 1 to 3 sales per day with that stuff. And then I have the higher end, which is like $25, $50, or $100 range. Those will sell maybe once a day, once every other day, but they add up and they really help get my daily sales to like 200. Right now I'm doing about $200 per day on average, which is really good because not too long ago I was doing like just like 100 a day, 150 a day. So slowly going up. I'm making sure that I'm as consistent as possible. I have, like this year, I maybe missed like 4 or 6 days total, and I'm doing about 15 per day consistently. And now I want to get into like the main part of this video, where it's like what to do when sales are really slow. Before, I would make videos and I would say like, oh, like change the price when that does work. But I feel like when you start ending and selling similar, making huge changes to your store, it just makes it worse. And I think that it messes up the search. It restarts the search, so it takes like 24 to 48 hours for it to reappear on eBay, especially when there's all these glitches going on. So I don't like making major changes anymore when like the day is just dead. The best thing that you can really just do is to list more. And so if you have a really bad day, just list more, right? So if it's 15, do 20 or whatever. Just list more that day, and hopefully you get a sale that day that is from a listing that you listed that day. I don't like doing huge markdowns anymore, or I just keep my coupon around 35. I like to try to do a daily coupon, a new coupon every single day at like 33 to 35%. I see that does work a lot. And then with sending out offers, I do like 35% offers. I don't really go higher than that, and that works. And then, so yeah, I would say like the main way I get sales right now I'm getting a lot of buyer initiated offers because my coupon's 35%. It's a lot. Definitely a good percentage with sending the offers out, but yeah, it's basically just that. I don't really get a lot of just full on, someone just gets, pays for it all. I would say the majority of my sales are like buyer initiated coupon offers, where they just see the coupon in my store and buy it. So very generous coupons help a lot. But what I was saying is like, I used to like, if the day was going bad, I would go to like my items that have a lot of washers, and I would like decrease the price 5%, which can definitely work, because they'll get notified that like the price went down. But recently I just haven't been really messing with the store, because I find when I like make huge changes to the store, it turns into like 2 or 3 days. The worst I've seen is like 5 days where it's just like really, really bad. Not zero sales, but just really bad, like $75 days or $100 days. Those are horrible. But they usually bounce back. I found that when I was making these huge changes, it would turn into like a 3-day thing. If I just, eat the bullet that day, I don't make any huge changes, it usually bounces back the next day, if not definitely the 3rd day. And yeah, I'm just focused on listing every single day, not making huge changes to the store. I like to obviously have one part of my business volume based. The middle part is like, it's middle of the road pricing, where it's like, yeah, I might get 3 sales a day from the middle of the road stuff, and then every day or every other day I'll at least get 1 huge sale, and then that really helps. So I like to structure my business in like 3 different ways: the volume based, the 1 to 3 sales a day at like it'll probably go up to like the average sales, like my average sales price right now is going down because I'm selling a lot of lower end stuff, but I don't really care, because like I am making profit. I'm doubling my money or tripling my money on those volume based things. In the middle of the road, I'm like quadrupling my money, And then on the very high end, I'm like sometimes 10xing. So it all adds up. But yeah, that's just a video and an update right now with how I'm doing. I'm doing around $200 a day. It's definitely going up. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe because we're going to be putting out way more content. And yeah, like this video. It will really help me get more on the search algorithm on YouTube. So yeah, have the best day ever, guys. Feel free to leave a comment. I'll respond to all of them. And yeah, let's try to get this video to like 100 likes. All right, guys, see you in the next one. Peace.